Hey folks, welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today, wiring up the trailer harness for my Ioniq 6 and doing it on my own terms, my own way. So, I've already done a little bit. Let me show you what I got so far. Alright, so as you can see, the trailer hitch is already installed. I've got my wiring just kind of dangling down here. The cover is still removed off the bottom. The cover's right there. Pretty easy to take off. And I've got it poked up through a hole in the bottom of the trunk here. So basically there's a little rubber grommet here protecting the metal edges. And it's like a drain hole, so if this ever fills up with water, you can pull that out and drain it. Got the wires running up underneath the cover here, and then just kind of dangling. And I've got a 4-channel relay switch, so now I need to connect all the wires up. Now I've already back probed all of these wires, so I already know which is which, so I'm going to start basically with the left turn signal and work my way from there. Alright, let me show you where I'm at here. So I have all the wires, including a power lead that runs all the way to the battery, coming up through here. As you can see, I've tapped in to a bunch of the wires here. So the green one up here is brake. The blue one with red stripe is the turn signal. And then behind that, the green with black stripe is the daytime running lights, or the headlights or running lights, whatever. And the black one there is power. So those all run into these, the black one is negative, ground. So those all run down into here. This green one, of course, comes from this side, which is tapped into the red wire. That's for the right turn signal. And as you can see, my little relay thing is lit up and functional. So I've got power coming in from 12-volt battery, fused, of course. I'll probably put a switch on it because I don't necessarily want this relay constantly powered when the vehicle is not towing anything. So I'll put a switch there. But yeah, so I've got ground going into the ground port, and of course 12 volts constant going into that port. The yellow line is coming in from, obviously, the left turn signal. The red line is coming in from the brake lights. The blue line is coming in from the daytime running lights, and the green line is coming in from the right turn signal. And currently, those things are now controlling these two outer relays. And when I press the brake, it's going to control this relay right here, and the daytime running lights will control that relay right there. And the cool thing is I can get a visual representation of what is currently working, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights. Alright, and as you can see now, there is a third light on there, so that's indicating that that relay is currently functional. So far, everything's working great. Alright, let me show you where we're at here. So, what we've got now is we have all of our lines coming in from all of the tap-ins that we've made. We've got our 12-volt line coming in directly from the battery, and we got this mess of connected wires here. So the reason we have this is just temporary for testing purposes. But basically, the 12-volt line that's coming in from the battery, it needs to be distributed to each one of the relays, as you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it also needs to be distributed to the board here. Because the board, of course, needs power, and each individual action needs power. So each individual action, of course, being the left turn signal, the right turn signal, the running lights, and the brakes. So the next thing is you are going to need an adapter, and the reason for that is because going into the relay box here, as you can see, again, we have our left turn signal is yellow, red is our stop, blue is our running lights, and green is our right turn signal. Now, blue is ordinarily brown, which is why this is switched to brown. But coming out the other end, we only have a running light and the two brake light, the two turn signal lights. There's no brake light wire. So the 4 wires going to the trailer harness are the white one, which is ground, brown is running lights, yellow is left turn signal, and green is right turn signal. So if we look at our plug down here, it's only 4 wires, right? So the question is, where is the brake wire? Well, instead of having a brake wire, it uses the yellow and green wires together to basically make the brake lights come on. So on the back of a trailer, you have one bulb that does both turn signal, so left and right, or brake lights when they're both on at the same time. But on a car, you have a bulb for the signal, a bulb for the other signal, and then another bulb for the brake light on the left, and a bulb for the brake light on the right. So how do you adapt that? Well, you use one of these guys. This is only $17. Now, ordinarily, you would connect this directly to the wiring. There's actually wiring harnesses that you can get that you unplug and plug another one in. But the benefit of doing it through one of these relays first is that the car will have absolutely no idea this is here. And also, you take away from any sort of power loss going to the lights. And also, you kind of eliminate the potential for something in the trailer going wrong, causing a problem with the car, because we're actually taking it away from the car. So right now, the car supplying power to these ports here, all it's doing is it's just a little signal wire. It's a very, very, very low wattage signal that trips these breakers. So we don't have to worry about, you know, the car recognizing that something is connected to it. All right, update. I finally got it working. That last box that I bought, unfortunately, was just not compatible. My guess is because the fact that the relay didn't output any power at all when none of the relays were switched, and also, of course, there was no ground going to that box. So instead, I bought the more expensive one, this one right here, which of course you can see actually has a ground connection. Tail lights, okay, so headlights on, left turn, stop light, right turn, and then of course the output going to the trailer harness. So I ended up using this one. So what you can see, I'll show you what I did here. So the incoming ground going to that, I basically just hooked that directly up to the ground spot right there that I'm using. That is also going to the trailer wiring harness, if that makes any sense. But basically, yeah, just ground is always hooked up to ground. So that's fine. That's what we want. And the incoming stoplight is now connected. You can see the red wire right there is connected to this relay. And of course, that's getting signaled by the red wire here, which is connected to directly to the lights here, the tail lights. And the incoming turn signals, both green and yellow, are also both connected to their own relays, this one and this one, which of course have their own corresponding yellow and green relays. And of course the tail light, same idea, is connected to the switched part of the relay here. And of course the blue line is the incoming from there. So everything now is going through the relay. All of the signal lights are connected to the relay. All of the outputs are connected to the converter. And then a converter, of course, is outputting to the trailer. Now, you might be wondering why the output to the trailer is just going back to ground here. Really doesn't matter too much because I've actually got the ground wire going out to the trailer is just connected to the ground wire coming directly off the lights. Ground is ground. Everything's grounded. You don't need to worry about that so much. And this ground wire is pretty solid as well, so I'm not too worried about how much ground is going out to the trailer. But if there is ever a discrepancy or a problem, then what I'll do is I'll run a patch cord between this one here going to the trailer wiring harness and this one here going to ground. Or just connect this directly to ground. Can do that too. So ground is ground, not worried about that. It's only the positive lines that are being switched. Okay, so now that everything is connected over here, the other thing that I did was, in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, I have power coming directly off the battery and going through this tiny little switch here. So I can switch the trailer wiring harness on and off. It, of course, is going through a fuse and then down back to the back of the car. So now that it's connected and fused up, I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the trailer over here. And then if it works, I can finally start cleaning up all this mess. All right, moment of truth. The trailer is hooked up. The switch is currently turned off. So what I should at least see from here is the top two lights of the trailer come on for the running lights. I'm gonna go ahead and switch in 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. So the running lights are working. Fantastic. Now the question is, what about the brake lights and the turn signals? All right, everything's working back here. Cool. All right, to check everything else, I've got my wife in the car, and the first thing we're going to try is brake lights. Hit it. All right, brake lights are working, and while the brake light is on, go ahead and put the right turn signal on. Fantastic. And the left signal? Excellent. That's working as well. And let's put on or take the brakes off. and right turn signal, and lights off, brakes, left turn signal, right turn signal, and with brakes. All right, let's try the hazards. Excellent. Everything is working perfectly. All right, so next thing I want to try is while I'm in the car, the trailer is connected currently via the power, the cabling, the wiring. But I want to see if the car, I'm not going to actually move, but I'm going to see if the car has any warning lights or any concerns when I put the vehicle into drive. Now, the reason for that is because the whole point of doing this was to stop the car from even realizing that there's a trailer connected. So my trailer is still physically connected with the wire, but not hooked up. I'm going to go ahead and put it into drive. Nothing. Not a single warning. So currently the car has absolutely no idea that the trailer is connected. Yet I'm looking in the back, and it's pretty cool actually. I don't know if you can tell, but if you can see the light in the mirror, it's alternating. So when the car's light is on, the trailer's light is off, and vice versa. That's interesting. All right. Oh, I could have just showed you in here. Actually, you could see it right there in the camera. That's pretty neat, actually. Let's zoom in on that. So you can see right the reflection of the garage there. All right, well, that concludes this video. I've actually tied everything up and wrapped it all up in black tape and stuffed it inside that hole where the access is for the lighting. And it all still works good, so moving it all around didn't hurt. In any case, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns with the way I did anything, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.